So yesterday we just got back from Flamingo Land and I wanted to give a review for it because on the first day I found a lot of things that I would think that would be good for a review because a lot of the stuff didn't live up to my expectations. So Panda Edits, we'll start with you.
You can just call me Panda.
Panda, what was the first thing that you thought you could talk about?
No clue, because I didn't really think about it.
Well, one thing that I thought we could talk about is the operations of the rides, because literally the most carts I saw on a ride was Hero and Mumbo Jumbo. They only had 2, which meant the queues were long.
It wasn't very busy there though.
Yeah, that was the thing, but the queues were quite long. On like rides like Kumali, Sick, Velocity,
Velocity.
Yeah, Velocity.
You want to queue that long?
Yeah, but they all have one train, which is the thing, because Velocity, it can't really get 2 trains, but Sick and Kumali can. So the operations were bad at Flamingo Land.
That bad. Could have been worse.
Because they could have been worse because the Sick queue was usually empty. I went on it 25 times and most of the time it was empty. So yeah, what should we talk about next? Oh, should we talk about the ride lineup? So, at Flamingo Land you've got an amazing lineup of the major coasters there, which are Hero, the Zamperla Volare.
What?
Yeah. Which I would not recommend to do on the right side. The only good seat on that, which isn't even that good, is the middle left seat, which isn't even that good. The right side is a definite no-no.
The whole ride is a definite
no-no. And then you've got Kumali, which was shut for maintenance all of our trip, apart from when we left. As soon as we left, it opened. Mumbo Jumbo, Sick, and Velocity. Now, Sick, it's a Colossus clone.
It's the best ride in the park.
Yeah, it's a really good ride. We got 4 front row rides on it, and yeah, it was really good. 25 rides on it, 20 rides in one day. It was quite good. Velocity I only did twice. Sometimes it can be a bit confusing to do the thing, but it's way less complicated to pull down the restraints than I thought. Because literally all you have to do is pull the handles and then dum bam bada bam boom pow. You are in. And what annoys me on Sick is that you also have to have an extra seat belt on it, like to hold down the lap bar. It's not really that necessary. Like rides like
on Sick?
Yeah.
Maybe it's in case it kind of like...
Because on Ride Happiness, they don't have them, and it's perfectly fine. And I'm pretty sure other mock coasters that have that are fine. So I don't know why Intamin haven't picked up that and removed those off of Sick. But the restraints are still quite comfy on Sick, like very comfy, even though you do get stapled in most of the time. They are really comfy. You're very open in the top half of your body. And yeah.
It feels like you're gonna fall out.
Yeah, that's the whole point. And then on Velocity, I did it twice. One front row, one on another row. It's actually a very good ride. 60 miles per hour. First time I did it was raining, so it was very, very painful. We said we were going 60 miles an hour into the rain, which really hurt. It felt like really hard hail. Second time I did it wasn't raining, and it was amazing. And there's not really much I have to say on the ride because I only did it twice. Then also we went on Hero, which, as I said, the ride it's a horrible ride. At first when we rode it, I was in the middle left seat. I thought, it's not that bad. I did the left wing, and I thought, yeah, it's still not as bad as people say. But when you do the right side, no, it's terrible. It's really bad. And plus, it's so annoying that there's nothing, you can't feel anything holding you in. You feel like you're going to fall out any second, which is kind of annoying. And especially because I had to have grip onto the ladder so I wouldn't fall back. Oh, it's annoying when you don't have grip on the ladder because then you just roll around in the thing. But yeah, it's overall terrible ride. If you do it, which you shouldn't do in the first place, but if you do it on the middle left seat, which is the best one, even though it's quite bad. Now let's move on to Mumbo Jumbo, the park's S&SL Loco Coaster. At first, I thought I was proud of Flamingo Land because most of their rides are off-the-shelf models. I thought this was a custom layout. No, it's not. It's a standard layout. It's really good layout though. Like yesterday on Monday, on the last day we were there, we were the first riders of the day on it. And when it's the first riders of the day, the brakes kicked in a lot, and you get amazing hand time on that dive stall. And it is an incredible ride. What did you want to say?
I said I don't remember feeling the brakes kicking. I was already paying attention.
Yeah, they kicked in for me, and because they're a little over the shoulder restraints, they look so uncomfortable, but they're so necessary. Because if they didn't have them, I would have fallen out of that dive stall. And now we can't talk about Kumali. We didn't do it because it was shut for maintenance the whole trip. It opened up after we left, so it was testing the day we left. So I was very disappointed about that. We couldn't get on Kumali, so we won't talk about that anymore in the review. There's some other rides that we also went on. The Cliffhanger, the S&S Shop Tower, right next to Mumbo Jumbo. What can I say about that ride? It is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, at first I was really nervous, but then you're like, sit down, really secure, and then you shoot up,
It's very fun.
You get a lot of airtime at the top. But I tried to put myself in my seat. No, I can't. It's too much airtime, which makes it so good.
When you're on the ride for so long, you can have a whole conversation with yourself.
Yeah.
It's not even that long of a ride.
Yeah, and there's a seatbelt that goes under the restraint. It is so necessary. If I didn't have that, I would have flung out of it.
I wish you didn't have it.
Then you probably would have flung out of it, and then it'd probably be shut. And probably the second worst ride in the park we are going to talk about is Loom. The first ride we went on this year, I'm pretty sure it was a Vekoma suspended swinging coaster, but with a controlled swinging. Oh my god, it was so uncomfortable because the way the restraints are, it's T-bar restraint, but then there's a little seatbelt that holds it down.
It's very jolty and hard to get in and out.
It was very jolty, and the seatbelt was digging into my leg. It's very jolty because of the controlled swinging. It is very uncomfortable. I would not recommend it. It was an absolute terrible ride. We are never going on it again.
And the worst ride?
Hero. But
there is another ride you are forgetting about.
Before we talk about another bad ride, we're going to talk about an okay ride. The Twistosaurus, which is a spinning coaster. The brakes weren't properly working on our car, so then the restraints wouldn't open, which was fun. We nearly got stuck in there. It was very fun, but it is quite a good layout. Like, don't get me wrong, and it is good for younger children at the park. Very good layout. I like the cars, but it's annoying. I don't really like it when the operator we had is more playful, like talking to us. I don't really like it when they're like that. I don't know why.
Can I leave the video now?
Yeah, Panda is going. Say bye to Panda. Yeah, it's just a good family coaster. But then, now we'll talk about one of the worst rides there. It was just because of the weather. It's not actually a bad ride. It was actually a good ride. Which was the pterodactyl. It is a massive swinging coaster. It was a massive swing coaster. I've done one of these before and it was really good, so we went on it. But then it's really windy at the top, so it was blowing around the cars. Like when we were on Loom, we could see a car spinning out of control. You do not want to ride that when it's windy, because then you'll spin out of control and it will just get uncomfortable, you know. It won't be very comfy if it's just swinging around a lot, very windy. And it's just, like, if it wasn't windy, it'd be a decent ride. But because it was windy, it wasn't. Now let's talk about accommodation. Because of course we stayed over there because we live 4 hours away. So, because at the time of year we went, it was very wet. The outside of our foreign camper was literally a pond. I think they need to take better care of it because the pegs for our awning kept on coming out because of how wet the grass was. And the weather was just not right for doing camping at this time of year. And yeah, but if we did it in another time of year, it'd probably be better. Yeah, that was a very short segment. Not too much to say about the accommodation. Apart from you get to go into the park after the park is shut. You get to go, I'm pretty sure you get to go all around the park. See the ride shut, get some pictures, which is what I did, which you should be seeing on the screen this whole video. And it is like, it's a really good experience, especially going around at like night, and you can go over and eat at some restaurants. It's really nice. Now we will talk about the biggest part of the park, the zoo. Like when you go there, Flamingo Land did not look that big at all, but you can see where most of the space went. It went to the zoo. So when we were there, I'm pretty sure they had the new under construction ride that they were refurbishing, I'm pretty sure, I'm not entirely sure. But it's still under construction, so we could go in some of the areas. Viewing the animals were really good. They had a lot of really good animals, and the hippo scared us. Just sneezed out of nowhere. And also they had a zoo monorail thing that went around the baboons. Very jolty, and it was a bit pointless really. But not actually much in the zoo apart from just animals because it is a zoo. So yeah, not too much to say about the zoo. So that will be the end of my Flamingo Land review. If you guys do enjoy roller coasters or theme parks like Flamingo or anything like that, you can subscribe to my channel down below. It doesn't take that long, but it doesn't take as long as going up to Flamingo Land. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.